What's going on? It's Dani, Canada, deputy editor of Bossip.com, and I'm back with another live stream of Boxer Wives. Now this time I have the lady who's making it all happen behind the scenes and starring on the show, none other than the Miss Meda. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
Thank
It's
you for
good to
having me.
see you.
Yes, you
yes,
too.
Yes. All right, so I want to talk about this concept and where it came from. How did you come up with the concept for Boxer Wives?
Me and my partner, Charlene Tinio, about 10 years ago, we've been doing this forever, girl.
Yeah.
So about 10 years ago, we were like, look at all these reality shows coming on TV. You know, they had this wives and that wives and this and that. And we're like, we need a seat at that table.
Yeah.
And I think we deserve a seat at that table.
Right.
So we proceeded to start to produce the show. And that's when I contacted my ex-husband, Zab Judah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very close friends. He's close friends with Monty Barrett. And so first we reached out to his baby mother. And she was like, TV ain't for me. I'm not doing this. But I will introduce you to his new wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she did. And Shaniqua Barrett, who's on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she was with it. And Shaniqua been riding with me ever since.
Okay. So I want to talk about this cast that you have. How does everyone fit in? Like, who is the fun one? Who is the kind of messy one? How does it work?
So we have Shaniqua.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of like the live riot.
Yes, she is.
She's probably the one that I'm closest to.
Okay.
Linda, she's very witty and funny.
Mm-hmm.
She always have those punchlines. I met her through Monty. She's the girlfriend of Curtis Stevens, who's Monty's godson.
Okay.
And then there's the O'Farrells. That's like mom and dad.
Yeah.
They're like the same couple.
They're really cute.
And yes.
Yeah.
And they were friends with Monty as well.
Okay.
And then there's Jalissa, who's also her former boyfriend was part of the Chin Checkers with Curtis Stevens.
Okay.
And she was quiet at first, but she started to get live as we went along.
Okay.
Season 2 is gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Kia, who is Zab's girlfriend.
Right.
And a lot of people probably expect me and Kia to have, this
Beef?
This crazy beef of a relationship, but when you watch the show, you see that it's not what's expected, but it's very real for what's out in the world today.
Right. You guys get along great, and you and Zab get along really well. You were literally just on the phone with Zab, and I was like, I wish I got on with my ex like that. Y'all were just kikiing it up.
Yeah.
How is that, and how did you guys get to be so close, even after breaking up?
It took a while. It took years,
Mm-hmm.
years and years. We got a divorce in 2010, and for a long time he moved to Vegas, and we needed to be apart from each other.
Yeah.
And he's back in New York, and he's around my daughter, and he's trying. And when I see him try with my child and doing what he's supposed to do, then that made me feel a little easier about being friends with him. And I think I matured over the years, and I developed a motto that's like no expectations, no disappointments.
Right.
And I've gotten to that point with him where I don't expect anything, so he can't disappoint me.
That is a good point.
So I can put him in that friend zone, and I can really want what's best for him and want him to be happy, and only hope that he wants the same for me.
Right. When you guys first split, did he still want to be in the friend zone?
Of course not. I mean, it took years and years and years. I mean, we were separated for years, and I don't think he wanted a divorce at that time. So it really took a long time for him. I want to say it's we probably 2018 is when we started being cool again.
Wow. Yeah.
And we were separated since about 2006, so that's a long time.
That is a long time.
It doesn't happen overnight.
A lot can happen.
A lot. And it takes for you to become in a place in your life where you actually feel you've matured.
Right.
I don't want to be with Zab sexually or emotionally or in any capacity to that way.
Yeah.
I love him, but I'm not in love with him. And the problem that occurs with women and men why they can't be friends is because there's some underlying something
some
there.
kind of current under there. Somebody still wants somebody.
Exactly. And so once you can get past that and you don't cross these boundaries, you Gucci.
Exactly. So the episode we're going to see this one is about the men, and this is interesting to me because I like that in the show you see the men's perspective and their dynamic, and you actually see them like in the gym, in the ring.
The camaraderie,
the brotherhood that they have. So let's get into that clip next so we can see what these men have going on.
Being a boxer's wife is like being no other wife. These dudes is trained to kill.
Even if my husband tried to stray, he knows where I am.
About Curtis and Zab and I, we talk. I want to renew my vows and get into a better place. So basically, my wife, we had the fallout last year. Things wasn't well. Right? Vows starting fresh. Gabrielle's gonna be 5 soon, so want to do the right thing.
Monty's telling me he wants to repropose to Shaniqua. I'm like, might as well just go ahead and tie it up again and make it more stronger.
I think that's a good thing for you. I think when you get in that space, that's for you. You best in this.
Wow.
The dog bring the newspaper to you, that stuff like that's what Monty fits best at right there.
No.
Like, you do good there.
What's up with you and Linda? I know she leaving.
She leaving the country?
Like the academy.
Curtis has explained to us his lady's about to start traveling and, he's going to be missing her.
In the meantime, you could just get prepared.
Nah, I'm always in the gym. I'm saying,
definitely.
I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready.
Hey, what's going on with you and Cindy?
I mean, we good. We're going on 5 years together. For us, not the married thing, but it seemed like we've been married. It seemed a lot longer than that.
I've learned in my history that it's different.
And I just say, I gave out my advice to them guys and a little bit of what I know.
I guess it depends on the dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Like, so for us, it's like we still working, we still grinding, trying to reach the top, so to speak. So, like, for us, it's different.
Time. They want to, think about
You're
it.
gonna slow walk.
Yeah, I'm a crawl.
I know personally, Sin is an excellent wife, and she's an inspirational, supportive wife. My wife is the most worst ghetto name in the world.
She's real. I mean,
That's why her name's Shaniqua.
That's true. He's crazy.
Let's comment on that one.
Right.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Overall, those guys make their own decisions. I'm just here to give them my little piece.
I popped up on Curtis the other day. I left work early. I decided to go to see where he was at, checked up. Sometimes you gotta check up on them. You just hop out early, don't let them know your movements. Boom, what you doing, where you at?
Whatever. It was in it. Monte renewing his vows, coming up.
Wow, he's renewing his vows. That's so sweet. I love love.
You love love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any other discussions?
Besides me waiting on a date for fight, nothing else besides that.
You didn't tell them that you're gonna miss me because I'm leaving.
I was getting into all that.
So I'm going away on a little business trip, and of course my girls are there to keep an eye on Curtis. I don't know if I really need.
Got any plans that you're gonna do while I'm gone?
Well, I'm in the gym mostly every other day.
And when I get back, everything will be normal.
Regular scheduled program.
Okay, so we'll be good.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's cold.
Ever since I came into his life, he's just amazing. He knows how to be super committed. And don't nobody come up to me as a woman because I don't have no time. Thank you.
In the gym, but it also carried this underlying message about love, right? Like Monty's thinking about renewing his vows. People are talking about how they love.
Yeah, love.
Are you in love?
With God. With God.
With Jesus
and
the
with
Savior.
myself.
Okay, now love yourself.
Because no one can love you if you don't love yourself.
Okay, now, exactly. So one thing that Zab said in this episode was when the woman gets the stamp, I guess the marriage stamp, it changes. Do you think that's true?
I probably would say so because it kind of depends on where you're at in your life. You're in your 20s, You're in your 30s, your 40s. Every step is different.
Yeah.
I think in our 20s, we're in love with getting married more than we are with being married.
Just the concept of
We're
it.
in love with the concept. And when the next day comes, it's like, dang, I'm married? Like, what'd I do that for? But the day before, you just enjoyed being the princess, the queen for the day, all eyes on you, and you just wanted that one day to come.
Exactly.
And you don't realize that it's a couple of hours of your life and it's over.
Exactly.
Like, I would rather just dress up with my friends and put a long gown on and walk out
and call it a day.
Call it a day.
You don't even need all that.
that.
You don't need all that. So I want to know, because, and we were talking about this earlier, being a boxer wife to me would be like glitz and glam, and you're on the arm of this dude who's all big and strong, and it looks glamorous and trips and all that. But what was it really like being a boxer wife? What were the highs? What were the lows?
I would guess, first of all, it's not what it all seems, because they're, these are very emotional men.
Yeah.
So, they go through wins, they go through losses, they go through happiness, they go through depression, they're irritable when they're training. They don't have sex for so long,
Which is
30 to 60 days.
to me.
Their legs have to be strong in order to box. They have to have all their stamina.
Would their trainer know? They would really know if they've been having sex?
Yeah, because
They would be a
your
little
knees
slower.
a little weak, and you got to be able to move your feet. You got to move your feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get hit.
Exactly.
So all these things attribute to the different emotions and the different ups and downs that you go through with the boxers. But I would have to say that the up times were definitely being at the fights, and if you're with someone like Zab, most of the time that I was with him, he won all his fights, knockout after knockout after knockout. And it's like, oh my God, like at the end of the fight, the bell rings and the new or it's still, and you
That's
get
exciting.
the belts and you get to run up in the ring and the whole family is there. And the party and the celebration, and you travel and you do all of those things.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part. And then there's the low parts. There's like any entertainer or athlete or successful man, the cheating, the women, the groupies, the male groupies, friends or people who are jealous of you as a wife, who sabotage the situation so they could have him to themselves. It's just like a tug of war in so many different locations that, I think that I got to a point where I didn't know who to trust.
Right.
Family, friends, I always had a side eye for everybody at some point, because I felt like you're out there with him. Like, you're not gonna make sure that he's good.
Right.
You're gonna have him out in the street doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna be in the newspapers, they're gonna be on the blogs, they're gonna be in this, and that's your friend, and you're okay with your friend doing all
You're
of
not
that.
gonna check him?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was very hard for me to trust people. It was hard for me to be happy with people around. Dealing with women who felt like they were you, who felt like they've been in a relationship with him for this amount of years while you were there, who felt like they could come to the fight and they should be seen.
But shouldn't they be a little worried? Because if you're a boxer wife, don't you probably have hands too? Like they weren't nervous?
Separately, I don't think you necessarily have hands from being a boxer wives. But at the end of the day, I'm from Brooklyn. So you know what I'm saying? I had
they
hands.
know what's
That's
up.
all I did. I grew up fighting on the street corner, getting jumped, doing this. And so at the end of the day, when they used to call my phone, I just used to be like, I don't want to talk. Just meet me somewhere.
Wow.
Like, I'm in my 20s. I'm at that point where, like, me and him probably got together because we both had that mentality of, like, let's just fight it out.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So I had this thing, though. You call me one time, I'm going to give you a pass.
Right.
Okay, you don't know about me, that's fine, but you know about me now. So if we got to speak one more time, it's personal. We're just going to move him out the way, and it's going to be between me and you, and I'm just going to tell you what street corner to meet me at, and just meet me there.
Wow. Damn. Meaning don't play that. I'm glad I'm on your good side. Okay, so this next episode, it's funny you said that. This next episode is like about showdowns, right? So in this one, we're going to see a showdown between Shaniqua and Kia, and it gets really interesting
We
really
alpha
fast.
females. When you got all these alpha females around
you got
each
these
other.
strong personalities around each other, and something pops off.
Exactly.
And it's really interesting to watch. So let's get into that next episode so we can see what happens.
Monty calls me up because he wants to know if I found a space that we could do his luncheon for his pre-proposal. I'm Wonder Woman. I got this.
2 guns. Pew, pew. Hi, baby girl. Beautiful. I spoke to Jenny over at International Boxing Gym when you. So we got everything set up for Saturday morning, 10 a.m. I want to set up like a nice little luncheon. Might be a nice little place where you could make a little speech, if you know what I'm talking about.
I called Meda on FaceTime because I do went on. I've been married 3 times and I never had a wedding. So this means a lot to me for us to have a whole ceremony.
Hey, honey, what's up?
Hi, baby. On the phone with your hubby.
Oh, so you're having a secret rendezvous?
I want to get with my girls. I haven't seen them in a couple days. And whenever I have an event in a free room, my girls got an event in the free room.
Mommy,
Yes?
I want to kiss your kiss.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Mwah. That's the best kisses.
I said my kiss too.
To this night, when I come there, she's on the phone with my husband.
We got the room. The room is taken care of. Okay. So, you know, that's why I had to invite the girls out tonight.
Okay, so we're gonna...
I know Linda getting ready to get up out of here. I'm like, let's make a night of it.
Sounds good. I can't wait.
Shots, 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 shots.
So then I get another knock. It's Kia. I now have to get Shaniqua and Kia to talk this thing out. Whatever it is that's going on, Shaniqua is my girl, me and Kia is good. There's no reason why y'all two can't be good. I wanted to have girls' night. All my girls to be here, and I feel that you guys are going back and forth over something that is not really that serious.
Meda goes on to say that we need to have a sit down together. I don't know what's going on, but I knew something was kind of funny because all of a sudden Kia decided to media.
Something happened or fell in between that we don't know where to catch it or where to throw it. And I think if you talk it out, then we could get this over with and we could all go downstairs and drink and have fun and have girl night. Like, okay?
Oh, you see my face? Meda gets up, leaves us alone, and I guess this is supposed to be our talk time.
If you're talking about some 14 years, I've been 14 years where it all started. Because let me tell you
but
something.
But ask me what that means,
Hold on. Let me tell you something. I know what it means because you said you've been stalking him for, in my eyes, you've been stalking him for 14 years.
See, there you go again. Wording. The way you did that shit.
She has to stop telling people that her and Zab have been together for 14 years. Zab was married twice in 14 years. I know both of his ex-wives.
That's what you said. You said, oh, I've been wanting him for 14 years.
No, I didn't.
Come on, Kia. Don't start backpedaling. Don't start. You said that.
No.
I will run down the conversation.
I knew Zab. First of all,
you said that your sister did not even want you with this man from when you met him in 4040. Come on.
And what does that have to do with you?
We're not going to play.
And what does that have to do? And what does that have to do with you?
Because you look crazy. Because let me tell you something. You already do, sis.
To do with
you do.
That don't have nothing to do.
You doing that all by yourself. You know what? Here's the thing. I tried to stay cordial off of the strength of my husband and your boyfriend, but I think the best thing that we can do, I'm gonna respect your space. I'm gonna need you to stay. That's real talk. Cause you look crazy, and you need to change that highlighter up on your face because it's too much. You're looking like a goddamn clown, sis.
So much for talking.
Somebody's looking like a goddamn clown, sis. Damn, I liked Kia's highlighter. But damn, Shaniqua. So when this went down, did you think it would get that heated between Shaniqua and Kia?
The funny thing is that I'm standing by the bathroom.
Yeah, so you can hear it.
I'm like, oh my God. Because you don't get the whole thing of what really, that's cut. It was out of control.
Really?
Because I left them so they could talk and get better. You know what I'm saying? It went so crazy. And I'm like at the bathroom trying to hold, not laugh. I think Jalissa or somebody, or no, one of the other people that was filming, they're like right next to me,
Oh,
and
wow.
we're like we're holding each other, like, oh my God, our stomachs is like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because, like I was saying, you would really think it would be Zab's ex-wife and Zab's new girl having this issue, but Shaniqua had an issue with the timeline of what Kia was saying about when she dated Zab.
Yes.
So can you clear that up? Because Kia said something about 14 years, but then you were married to Zab for 14 years
ago.
Okay.
So apparently Kia told, allegedly and apparently, Kia told Shaniqua and Linda that she had been after Zab 14 years ago. And that her sister told her, you know, Zab's married and something like that. And I don't know if there was a post where Kia put something up, maybe saying 14-year love or something she did. And Shaniqua was like, this scene got cut, but Shaniqua was like, basically, you need to take the post, you need to stop posting because he's been in 2 whole marriages and she knows me and Zab's other wife. And she's like, I think that's disrespectful for you to keep saying 14-year love when he was married 14 years ago.
Did you think it was disrespectful?
Because I'm not with Zab, I really,
You didn't care?
I'm not, I don't care about none of that stuff.
Right. So when did you realize that, or maybe you realized it instantly, that you didn't have an issue with Kia and that it didn't really matter to you that she was with Zab?
Zab been in a whole bunch of relationships. I haven't never had an issue since we broke up.
Really?
Like when we broke up, we broke up.
Right. It was
and
a wrap.
so there was a point in my life where I was happy that he was with someone. You know what I'm saying? Because it gave me a room to breathe.
Right.
And so Kia's friends with my daughter, and they're cool, and they have their own relationships. Me and Kia, you know, we hang out, we eat breakfast, we do our own thing.
Oh, wow.
And so what am I being mad for? I don't want him.
So there's no questions about the early morning phone calls?
You know, of course, she's going to ask me that because I'm always going to be in his life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I handle his foundation and we do a lot of deals together. We work together. So at the end of the day, for the sake of my child, like I say, you know, I'm going to be in his life. And any woman that comes in his life, they got to get used to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm never going to cross a boundary. So I'm always going to do my best to make that woman feel comfortable. It's up to that woman to be secure about herself and her relationship. Whatever you're going through with him, you can't take that out on me because I'm not doing the most.
Exactly. Do you appreciate Shaniqua sticking up for you like that, though, with her telling her to take it down?
Of course. You know, I tried not to get involved at first because it made a lot of sense what Shaniqua said.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I said to Shaniqua, you know, I don't really care about it, so, you know, you don't have to really care about it that much. But I think that it escalated past, I think Shaniqua said something like Kia unfollowed her. Yeah. And it started going into other realms that really didn't have nothing to do with me, and it escalated past me. So at that point, it had a leg of its own.
Right. And I'm going to go back a little bit because when you first met Kia, you met her when you guys were doing body paint. So you're sitting up here, topless in panties with this lady that you don't know.
Right.
And Jalissa is who kind of set you guys up.
Yeah.
Did you think she was being messy when she did that?
No, Jalissa told me that she found her on Instagram. I don't really think she was being messy. You know, I really think she coincidentally found her.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be Kia, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she seen me naked. He seen me naked.
What's the big deal? Nudity.
You know.
No biggie,
Right.
no biggie. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on in this next episode of Boxer Wives. What you got?
So, and he's like, hey babes, you know what you doing today? I want you to meet me at the diner for breakfast.
I'm glad you came in for breakfast with me, hang out with me and stuff like that. You know, I've been traveling a lot lately. Okay. Plus, I heard about that bar thing. Like, what's up with that?
I take kids to breakfast. We're sitting down at breakfast and we're discussing about, you know, what's going on and what happened. Prior, her and Shaniqua had a little bit of disagreement.
Situation.
But one thing I do is this, I don't do that. We all family. We all gonna be family.
And I get that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand
I know
that.
how y'all women are catty, yeah, but we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be fly, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Met with Zab, and right off the bat.
You my baby.
I understand that.
It's all good.
There's not gonna be any issues.
All right.
I promise you. I don't want any issues between you and Monty. I already spoke to
What you mean? Monty,
I already spoke to
me and Monty can never have a problem.
Me and Monty, we've been 27 years.
I'm tired of talking about that situation. We'll squash it.
All right, but listen, so I know all that stuff is stressing you out lately. So I got something planned for you today. A nice, beautiful day. I'm gonna take you out. You know, you never know what's gonna happen when I'm around.
I took her for a spa day, you know what I'm saying? Let her relax, calm her body down, calm her mind down. I calmed her mind down. The masseuse calmed the body down. And ever since then, everything's been beautiful.
Pastor came over to the house and he said the most important thing a man should do to a woman, even if you're not listening, just let her vent. So let me ask you a question. Honestly, did you receive what the pastor was saying today? Honestly.
I always receive it.
No. Really? What did you receive?
The word.
What was the word? What was the message that you got?
The word.
You know, that husband of mine, Monty, he always got something. He says something that always gets under my...
About obstacles?
No, that's not what he said. What was the title? Refresh my memory on the title.
I write everything down.
Forget it.
I just want to talk to you about this Kia situation. And I know how sometimes
know what you're talking
can be.
And I'm just there, tapping my knee, trying to keep quiet. You know, sometimes that man, he forces my mouth.
You gotta chill. You gotta stop being so pop off.
I did not say anything to her.
But I told you to mind your business before. Mind your...
Don't talk to me like that.
Right?
About what, though?
Just in general, yo, just learn how to stay in your own lane. It's never crowded.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with homegirl.
She should have said something.
But she's not homegirl, but she's...
Yeah, you're right. You got the right.
She's Zab's lady, right? So don't say homegirl. Don't do that. The less you say is the better.
I don't like when you talk like this.
Yeah, but you can do all
This.
you do.
That'll get you pop. This'll get you pop.
You do it to me all the time.
That's me and you.
I don't do too well when people start to clapping of the hands or pointing, because now what happens? Now Shaniqua from Bed-Stuy, apartment 20J is coming out. Shaniqua from East New York is coming out. Shaniqua from Brownsville is coming out. Now I got to show my ass.
I can't promise you nothing, but that's fine. Yeah.
No, I just talked to her. I want you to apologize.
No, you're never gonna get it.
No, come on, stop it.
Never gonna get it. No, not this time. No, you're never gonna. Okay, I'm serious. Because my octave is about to go way up.
All right, whatever. Just fix it. All right.
I'll fix it.
At the end of the day, I just know her heart is in the right place, but she's a difficult woman. She gets on my nerve, but I love her.
Someone is never gonna get an apology. Shaniqua is silly.
Yes, she is so funny.
So in that scene, we see her and she's talking to Monty about Kia. What do you think about her dubbing her as homegirl Kia?
You know, that's just how we talk in Brooklyn. Everybody is homegirl.
Everybody is homegirl.
It don't mean nothing by it.
Right.
I say it all the time. Yo, homegirl, you talk to homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
You better talk to your homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is.
So when I talked with Shaniqua and Monty, Monty was telling me that they broke up. These are his words. They broke up last year about 100 times. So he was like, we're trying to do better, maybe get about 50 breakups in this year. Could you be in a relationship where you guys broke up like 100 times a year?
You know what's crazy?
this is just like a fun fact about me. When I get into a relationship, I always break up with the person like maybe like 3-4 weeks in.
Wait, why?
Because I like to let them know that I can leave.
Right. What are you, a Leo?
Yes.
How did I know? Damn, I'm good. Yes, okay.
You know? And if they want it, they'll because I feel like people feel like you're not going nowhere.
You gotta just make
You
sure.
gotta let them know that I will leave.
Right.
Okay.
Keep them wanting more. Like, you know, like,
Exactly.
this is too easy for you. I'm
So when they're
done.
about to do something, they think like, dang, she might leave.
She might actually leave.
Yeah,
Let me write
exactly.
that down. I might need to do that next time.
Exactly.
Okay,
Fun
so
fact.
fun fact, I will leave you 3 weeks in. All right, so also in this episode, we saw Zab being Mr. Kumbaya, telling Kia to calm down, trying to assure her nerves. But a couple of episodes ago, you were saying that Zab and Monty were savages.
Okay, how is the crazy
in the day.
telling you to calm down?
Right.
He's
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
like,
Like,
okay.
he is the most non-calmest person that I know.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You could just blow on him and he start what?
Ready to
You
go.
understand
What
I'm saying? So-
was he like back in his savage days? What were the savage days like between
Okay,
him
so-
and Monty?
Zab and Monty was the ultimate savages. Oh my goodness. I mean, Zab, I could just go on days and days, but Monty is funny because I just only remember his baby mother was my really, really close friend. And oh my God, the things that he used to do and the women and
Wow.
he got married. He asked her to marry him. She didn't marry him. He got married like that was Sunday. By
Yeah.
like Thursday, he was married to some other woman. Like
What?
this was the savage behavior that was going on.
And
So
he's
I be-
still alive? No
I
one
be
stabbed
trying
him?
to tell Shaniqua, like, you got the good Monty. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be better,
Yeah.
but you definitely got the good Monty.
Right.
And I tell Kia, too. I'm like, I went through the trenches so that he could be who he is
So
today
you
for
get
you.
kumbaya.
Exactly.
Because back then that was not
Exactly,
him.
because I took one for the team.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
whole team and nothing but the team.
You went through that, so she didn't have to go through that.
Exactly. All y'all women need to thank me.
You're very welcome. So I want to go back a little bit. We were talking about when you first met Kia and you were doing the photo shoot. This was for your foundation, correct?
Yes.
Tell me more about your foundation and the breast cancer awareness that you were doing.
My foundation is called I Am Wonder Woman Foundation, and we do adolescent girls who are in foster homes, at-risk teens. It's very much centered around the youth.
Yeah.
But I still do things, initiatives around my foundation. So for Thanksgiving, we give out turkeys. Christmas, we give out toys at the hospital. You know, breast cancer, we do awareness, domestic violence. We live in a sport where there is a lot of domestic violence going
Yeah, I
on.
can
So
imagine.
we try to create the awareness for that. You know, just as much as we can give back in our community, and I try to make sure that Zab stays on top of that. In the first episode, I think you see we set up a ring in the middle of Brooklyn downtown, and we bust all the kids in from Brownsville, where Zab grew up, and we brought all the boxes out, the professional boxes, and we had them teaching them, and
So
you know, so for me, I'm a huge give back person.
awesome. Meda the philanthropist. All right.
Philanthropist.
So let's see what's going on in this next episode of Boxer Wives. What do we have? What do we have? Let's do more pieces for Zab.
So today's a special day where Monty is going to pre-propose to Shaniqua. I was able to put a nice, beautiful luncheon together. All of our family is here. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming through this event. You know, I love to do my community events. I love to help the kids. I just wanted to say thank you. So please enjoy. You know, if there's anyone else who has something to say, you know, feel free.
Thanks for marriage in order and get into a better place. That's why I want to renew the vows. I want to talk to Shaniqua. Basically, what I want to say to you is that, like I told you before, I love you dearly, and I want us to have a renewed. I want to start all over again, like it was the first time.
This is why him and Meda was on the phone together. Y'all was setting this up.
I want you to walk down the aisle with me one more time. So boxing is a very brutal sport. I tell Shaniqua all the time, be my Adrian. Every rock, Adrian. Love.
Okay.
Like the love we have and the love I have for you.
Thank you.
So, will you marry me again? and walk down the aisle and renew our vows?
I will.
All right, my love.
I was shocked when Monte wanted to repropose to me. It actually made
Okay.
I'm gonna have that one day.
Love. We working on you.
Now can we eat?
Right. Yeah, we done.
Monte and Shaniqua situation is, I don't think it's really your problem. I think that it's a marriage, you know what I'm saying? What they're going through is common. It happens in every marriage, you know what I'm saying? Just that their relation goes in front of everyone, you know what I mean? But they'll have a beautiful life from here on.
Kia told me to come meet her so we could talk, have some dinner. I walk into Arch Diner. I walk up to the table. Why is
Shout out to Chibi Lunch.
The relationship between Meda and Kia, I think it's so far, it's turning out great.
So Zab leaves the table, and me and Kia, we finally have a chance where we could talk. I wanted to know why she didn't make it to the Youth Athletic Day. What's going on? Come, and what is going on? I didn't know he was gonna be here, so you know.
I'm shaking.
What's wrong? You got me all now off the end of my seat. What's going on?
I don't even know how to say this. I'm sorry. I think I'm pregnant.
Kia dropped a bomb on me. I don't even know what to say. Boxer wife is like no other.
That was a hell of an episode. So that one ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We see you and Kia having a nice amicable dinner, and she drops the bomb that she might be pregnant. I don't see Kia, so I don't know. Is there a baby? Are you auntie, ex-wife, mommy? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All of the above.
All of the above.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But, there's no baby right now.
Okay. Okay. And I mean, how would you feel if there was?
I mean, there's been a whole bunch of other babies.
Oh.
So
you knew this. Okay.
throw it in the pile. I don't know.
Now, also in this episode, we saw you say at the reproposal luncheon that, you're going to have this one day. Now, you told me you're not in love. You're in love with Jesus. But are you dating? Are you Tindering? Are you DMing?
I am dating.
Okay.
And I am, I do hope to find love. I want that special thing. I've kind of been single for a long time. I have been, getting my PhD and working on this show and working on the book and just doing things. And it's kind of hard when you're a woman chasing after your dreams because a lot of men, they don't stand still when you're moving.
Yeah.
And so it's like when you come back, they're pretty much, they've checked out. And so, I gave up my career when I was with Zab, and I promised myself that I was never going to do that again.
Right. You
And
put yourself
so,
first.
if I have to choose love or money or success or fame or, it's not like I really care about the fame and all of that, but I just want to win. I want to achieve all of my goals that I put aside when I decided to have a family. And I can only keep praying to God that He'll find or present me with that person that makes it all equal and balances out.
Right. Do you think men could be intimidated knowing that you dated a boxer before? Do you think that could scare them?
Sometimes I do think that is a problem, but I've changed in the last couple years and I don't even bring him up. And it still happens that way.
Yeah.
So I think that it's me that most men are intimidated by. And it's really nothing I could do about that until, a nice, secure man comes.
I do feel like they get intimidated by strong business women. You have all these things going on. You have the show.
And I think men date, not all, but I think a lot of men date women who are in distress because it makes them feel strong and inferior. And I think men date not good women sometimes because they always have a back door to leave. When you date somebody who's not good, then you can always do something to them and it's okay. When you date a good woman, you feel bad about going out and doing things and maybe you're not ready to be good.
Right. Oh, that's a word. That is a word right there.
Preach.
Preach. You better preach. All right. So Also in this, you had the reproposal dinner, and you helped Monty put this together. What did you think when he called you up and was like, "Sis, I need your help. I want to do this for Shaniqua"?
I love it. I love it. Any way that I could help, you know, enhance love. You know, I'm gonna put my part in, and maybe, you know, I'm being watched for doing my part, so I'll be blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now, come on,
let it sprinkle off on me, like, you know what I'm saying? So I love it, and I would have helped him any time, and I love them together. I love their relationship, and you know, I could only hope that as much as they argue and fight, it's still a deep love rooted in there, and so I can only hope that I have that one day.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. All right, so we got one more. We want to see what's coming up next on this next episode of Boxer Wives. Where we at? Where we at? This is what you and Monty.
The talk.
The talk.
I've been through a lot with Monty over the years. I've seen his girlfriends, his ex-girlfriends, and if you let Monty tell it, he'll probably tell you I was a hater back then.
Me and you, Tay, we've been through the trenches. I mean, you and Zab, y'all was savages.
Definitely.
Younger. I mean, when me and Zab broke up, I wanted to leave everything Zab Judah behind me, everything. So for us to be here and your wife and our kids together and us hanging together, never stuff. I mean, you gotta remember, like, me and Zab started dating. Thank you. Me and Zab started dating in our early 20s, and I had been in the music industry since I was a teenager. He had been boxing since he was like in single digits. Something like, right. And so we met, we clicked, we dated, we got married, we had destiny. And at that point, it felt like all the music that I had loved for so long, that I just wanted to give it all up for my heart. And just like that, I became part of the Zab Super Judah management team. You remember?
Yeah, definitely.
I did every and anything you could think of that they needed. I sold tickets, I did endorsements, I did promotions. I made sure I did the I looked over contracts. I did the contracts with Don King. I made sure his family was good at all the fights. I mean, I did all of this.
Travel.
I did all the travel. Exactly. I was the travel agent too. And all of this I was doing while back at home. I was trying to get him to finish school. I was home to all his other kids, all of them. And I treated them like they was my own kids.
It was a tribe, it was a family, the whole family.
Yeah,
Every time
like,
we went over there, it was like 30 deep.
Exactly, and I took them all in. We got to a point where, after being together for so many years, that we wasn't maturing at the same pace. Fast forward, we here today, and he's back in New York, and he's building a relationship with Destiny, and he's going to all her basketball games. Like, every little girl needs their father. And as long as him and her is cool, me and him is cool. People ask me, how could you be cool with Kia? I could be cool with Kia because I'm cool with Zab. Like, we're actually at a point in our lives where we're working on our friendship. We're trying to work together. You know, I genuinely want Zab to be happy. And I can only pray that Zab also wants me to be happy. I see growth in Zab, but I see tremendous, tremendous growth in you. It's you, about y'all two, and the savages y'all was when we was growing up.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm low key though, but you know, listen, I want to commend you for one, for doing what you're doing, because everybody can't do that. You know, everybody can't fill in those shoes. And when I say that, I mean that, you know, for you and him to coexist with destiny, being like you in a better place, you know what I'm saying? You've grown, and it's about healing, and it's about learning and growing, right? So those are all three functions that you're working on and working towards, and you are doing.
Right.
And it's hard because, you know, listen, it has in relationships, like, and I've been in the midst of the storm with you and Zab, as you have with me and my 100 relationships.
Exactly.
At one time.
Right.
And that's what I told Shaniqua, that she doesn't get that part of me. Like, this is the first woman I've ever been faithful to. You know, I've had girlfriends, married, such and such, such and such.
I remember.
I got 4 different baby wife,
Right.
who she's a savage,
Right.
but
I
you know, but I once did love her. You know what I'm saying? Then I have Brandon by Kenya, and the situation I have Zoe by another young lady.
I remember me and you were beefing over the whole Kenya thing because I think you were going to marry Kenya, and I told Kenya, do not marry Monte, and then like 3 days later you married Ray. And
Well, listen, this is how bad I was. I'm not, you know, this is crazy, right? So I am a savage because I bought Kenya a $15,000 ring just to keep her quiet so I can get a fight.
I love Shaniqua. I love them together, and I hope they have a beautiful marriage forever, ever, and a day.
All right. Wow, that was our finale. All right, so this episode was all about changes. Monty has changed. He's turned in his Savage Squad hoodie. He is a good guy now. Doesn't cheat anymore. He's with Shaniqua. He wasn't with these different women. But how have you changed over the years?
I think I've just gotten in control of my emotions, and I don't let a lot of things bother me. I think I learn people. I study people, and I take them for what they are. And if I choose to have you in my life, I'm gonna take you with whatever you come with.
Right.
And if I don't, you just won't be in my life.
Oh, all right. That's a word. So what can we expect for season 2 of Boxer Wives? What will happen?
Well, definitely we will get a lot deeper. We'll have a lot, probably more cast members. When there's more alpha women in a room, there's more cattiness.
More drama.
There'll be definitely more scenes of sisterhood. Because I think that because boxing is a single sport, we don't have the wives clubs. And what we don't realize is that on the other side of the world, there's another woman that's going through exactly what you're going through.
Right.
You think that you're the only one. And until you come together and you talk about it, like I just had Jermaine Taylor's wife called me, his ex-wife called me the other day, and we were talking, and she's just telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, you're talking about my life. You're saying everything. But at the time, she probably thought she was the only one, and that's where the sisterhood comes in. Like, you're not alone, and you know what I'm saying. Together, we can rise from all of that.
Exactly. You guys can all relate.
Yeah, we can relate.
Awesome. Well, tell us how we can follow you and how we can watch Boxer Wives.
Boxer Wives is definitely found on Bossip.com, Bossip, Bossip.com, through iOne Digital, and you can go to @BoxerWives. You can also follow me at Wonder Woman, WondaWoman0 at Wonder Woman. And I definitely want to give a special shout out to Charlene Tinio, my partner, and Phoenix Digital, For Us By Us, all my partners, and my production company, Wonder Woman Productions.
Okay.
Please do look out for season 2 of Boxer Wives, and we just might be coming to a city near you.
Ooh, might have some Atlanta Boxer Wives.
Yes,
I
think that's what we're trying to do next.
All right, now I wish I was a Boxer Wife. All right, follow me at I am Dani Canada. Also, make sure you follow Bossip on all social media platforms, at Bossip Official on Instagram, at Bossip on Twitter, and as she said, make sure you watch Boxer Wives streaming exclusively on Bossip. I'm Dani Canada, and thank you guys so much for tuning in.